The Girl in the Abandoned House. Cinematic horror story. Before listening to the story, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment. Some houses are never meant to be lived in. Some walls remember more than they should. And sometimes, the house you fear most starts looking back at you. This story happened last October, when the nights were getting longer and the air began to taste like rain and dust. The new home. My parents had been looking for a house to rent for months. Prices were high. Every decent house was either too far from Dad's office or too small for our family. Then one day, Dad came home smiling, holding a set of shiny new keys. Dad, excited. "Any good news?" "I found a perfect place. It's close to your school and my office. Finally, something that fits our budget." Annie narrating. I was relieved. Our old apartment was cramped and I was tired of sleeping on a foldable bed. But when we drove to the new house that evening, my excitement started to fade. The street was quiet. Too quiet. And right behind our new home stood another building. Dark, crooked and swallowed by vines. Its windows were shattered. Its door hung open like a mouth that hadn't spoken in years. Wind howls softly, a gate creaks. Annie, softly. "Dad, what's that house behind ours?" Dad, "Oh, that? It's been empty for years, I think." The property dealer said it's just old and abandoned. Annie narrating. But it didn't look just abandoned. It looked angry, like it didn't want anyone living next door. That night, while unpacking, I noticed my bedroom faced directly toward that house. From my window, I could see its top floor window. Cracked glass and blackness inside. Annie to Mom. "Mom, can we switch rooms, please? I don't like seeing that house from here." Mom, tired. "Annie, please. Don't start. We worked hard to find this place."
"You'll get used to it."
"Stop watching so many horror movies." The dare. The next day at school, I told my friend, Leah, about the shadow. She didn't laugh. She just looked uncomfortable. Leah, "My cousin told me something about that place. They say a family used to live there years ago."
"The mother went missing and the daughter was found."
She stopped. Annie, "Found what?" Leah, quietly, "Dead in the attic. Her name was Annabelle." Music drops to silence, then slow strings begin. Narrator. That night, I couldn't sleep. The story played in my mind over and over, and for some reason, I felt connected to it. When I looked at the window again, the shadow was there. This time, it moved. It lifted its hand and waved. Something inside me snapped. Annie, angry whisper. "Fine. You want me to come there? I will." I grabbed a flashlight and slipped out the back door. The air was cold, wet from the earlier rain. The gate that separated our backyard from the abandoned property squealed as I pushed it open. Every step closer to that house made my skin crawl. The front door was half open. I stepped inside. Here, hopped. Inside the abandoned house. Music shifts, hollow echoes, dripping water. Narrator. The smell hit first. Damp wood, mold, something rotten but faint. My flashlight beam danced across peeling wallpaper and broken furniture. The silence was so deep I could hear my own heartbeat. Then, a sound. A faint thud upstairs. Annie whispering, "Who's there?" No reply. The staircase groaned under my weight as I climbed. The second floor hallway was lined with the old family photos, faces scratched out, frames hanging crooked. At the end of the hall, a door, slightly open. I pushed it. Inside was the window I'd seen from my room, and standing in front of it was a mirror. Not a person, a tall, cracked mirror. My reflection looked back, distorted, stretched. Yeah, but then it smiled. I wasn't smiling. Distorted music cue. Low static noise. Annie, terrified whisper. What is this?" The reflection tilted its head, then took a step forward. The mirror rippled like water. A hand, pale and thin, reached out from the glass. I screamed and ran, but the door slammed shut. I banged on it, shouting for help. Then I heard her voice, right behind me. Girl's voice, soft whisper. Why did you come here, Annie? Annie, shaking. Who are you? Voice. I used to live here. Until they left me. I turned around, and saw her, a girl about my age with tangled black hair and hollow eyes. Her white dress was stained and torn. Annie. You're Annabelle. Annabelle, smiling. You can see me. You're the first one who ever could. The trade narrator. Her voice was calm, too calm. She told me she lived here with her parents decades ago. One night, there was a fire. Everyone escaped except her. Her parents left town, pretending she never existed. Now she was trapped here, in the reflection, watching, waiting. Annabelle, softly. Do you know what it's like to be invisible, Annie? To scream every night and have no one hear you? Annie, whispering. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Annabelle, you came here. That means you can help me. Annie. How? Annabelle, smiling. I just take my hand. Her hand extended again from the mirror, trembling slightly. Something deep inside told me to run, but I didn't. I reached out. Our fingers touched. A jolt shot through my body, like cold as ice. My flashlight flickered. Then everything went dark. Here hopped the switch. Low rumble, faint whispering voices. When I opened my eyes, I was standing in the same room, but it looked different. Clean, bright, the wallpaper new, the furniture whole. Downstairs, I could hear Mom calling. Mom distant. Annie, breakfast is ready. I smiled in relief. It was just a nightmare. I ran downstairs. But when I reached the kitchen, I froze. Mom looked different. Older. There were gray streaks in her hair. The calendar on the wall said 2018. Annie, shaking. Oh, what year is it? Mom laughed softly. Mom, what kind of question is that, silly? Now hurry, you'll be late for school. Narrator. I looked at my reflection in the kitchen window. And it wasn't me. It was her. Annabelle. The real Annie. Meanwhile, back in the present, Mom was knocking on my bedroom door. Mom. Annie, it's morning. Get up. No answer. She opened the door. The bed was empty. The window was wide open. They searched the neighborhood, called the police, put up posters, but Annie was never found. But every night when Mom passes by Annie's old room, she hears something. A faint whisper. Whisper, soft, childlike. Mom, I'm here. Please let me out. And from the abandoned house window across the yard, a pale face sometimes stares back, smiling. The ending. Soft music fades back in. Melancholy piano with wind. Narrator, calm voice. People say that house is still there. Boarded up. Empty. But if you go there at night and stand at the gate,
You'll sometimes see two silhouettes in the top window.
one girl watching from inside, and another standing beside her reflection. They say it's impossible to tell which one is real. Music rises and fades out slowly. No return. Happy Halloween. And remember, eerie buffet. Never stare too long at the windows of an abandoned house. You never know who might be staring back. Please subscribe this channel, the Scary Story Hub, and like, share, and comment on this video. Thank you for watching.